Previously on Mazda Minitruckin'.
Don't adjust that dial, cause it ain't no glitch. Best Mazda content from MazdaMitch. Mazda Minitruckin'.
Hey, so it's been a couple days since we worked on the project truck. Let me get you up to speed on what's been going on. The engine's been pulled. We tied up the, or actually it's just sitting there. The power steering pump's just there. Tied up the AC compressor. And this compressor, everything on it is pretty smooth and it actually turns pretty good. So it just probably needs cleaning up, flushed, and it'd be a good compressor. But, we're not sure of the plans for this truck. Is the top going to stay on or off? Is it going to become a convertible truck or not? If it is, really wouldn't be any need for air. However, I did want to make it so that it wasn't a full-time convertible. I may get a kit, but I really kind of wanted to do my own kit and make it very nice so we may need air in it at times. I don't know. But for now, I think I'm going to pull all of the AC components out of it and just clear that out of the engine bay. So I took the transmission out, and that was actually kind of a booger because I have never done an automatic transmission, and I went against the grain. The book said to take the dipstick tube off, but that was kind of very hard for me to get to. Underneath the truck, it's just one little 10mm bolt. But it was hard to get to, and it was a lot of dirt around it and everything. I didn't want to take it off and get dirt in there. So I thought, I'll pull the transmission with it on, and of course that was difficult. I made it harder on myself than I should have. It's actually heavier. I don't know how much it weighs. I have weighed a manual transmission before, and it was about 77 pounds. This one feels a little heavier. The older you get, the heavier things get. But I took it out and cleaned it up using mineral spirits in a spray bottle and a scrub brush, and then finished it off with some Dawn dishwashing detergent and cleaned everything up best I could. Used a little brake clean in some areas, but it's pretty nice. I ordered some parts for it. I put a seal, I don't know if you can see in there, I put a rubber O-ring on here that I think closely matched what came off of it. However, I ordered one from Mazda. They still had one, so I want to do that. I want to do this seal too, and I also want to do the rear tail seal. Of course, a new pan gasket and a filter, and that's all coming in the mail. So, and that wasn't but about 40-something bucks in parts. But that's good. I still got to flush that out. Clean this fan bracket. It's not clean. I have taken all of the other parts and thoroughly cleaned them with mineral spirits. Got a new transmission rear mount. A lot of these parts, these here are the engine to trans brackets, or whatever you call it. Forgetting the names, but these might be specific to the automatic. They look different than the ones that are on this engine that came out of a 5-speed. So they will go back on that block when I rebuild this motor. But they need to get a little more, they're clean, but maybe a little more dirt. I'm not sure. I'm going to take a dry wire brush and clean them up and then paint them black, I guess. I did clean some of the power steering stuff, and the can't do it with one hand, but the bearings, very nice. Cleaned all of this stuff up, the bolts. I like for everything to go back together and it just thread in so nicely like it's new. Especially if you're trying to fight with something underneath something or whatever, you want it to work right away. You want it to not have any grime holding you back. This too is clean, but it too needs painting. Did it yesterday. We got just a hair of some flash rust. Just need to clean all this up with a wire and then paint it. So what I thought I would do today is push the truck out of the shop, take the AC components out of here. I'm going to push it out there, take these AC components out, get rid of the unnecessary things that were left behind on the emissions, hoopla, whatever, because it had a Weber carburetor. You don't need any of that. We're going to unbolt this and this, pull this bracket, and pull that bracket off. Pull a bunch of this off, throw it away. Kind of move the wires around. This went with the battery. We got our alternator stuff. You know, a couple of things like this will not get used. Some of the stuff we'll just delume it and then get rid of it later. But I do want to get some stuff removed and then spray it down and clean it. That's just how I am. And I haven't decided on using that exhaust or getting rid of that exhaust. I do have an old header around here somewhere. So here it is though. I keep peeling the layers back. The goal was to pull this out, rebuild that motor over there, backyard rebuild, put it in and go. Just see if the transmission worked. And here I am, just cleaned it up. Oh, you know, I was right there. Might as well, right? Cleaned it up. Now I'm, you know, thinking about other things. I just have big trust, I guess, in this. Like big hopes, or I don't know. I just feel like it's just all gonna work. I don't know why. I mean, the fluid that come out of the transmission looked so good. And looking underneath it when I pulled the pan off, it looks so good. I just feel like there's a lot of promise in it. So I feel like I'm not wasting my time. Another thing I've got to deal with is there is no brake fluid in that reservoir, and what looks like it's been leaking quite a bit. There's no brakes in this truck. So I do got to address that before I ever put this thing in gear. So I'll be looking into that too. Okay, let's go ahead and push this thing out back. It is definitely easier to move around without the trans and the engine. Ooh. All right. Okay, usually do this with crescent wrenches because I never have the right wrench. Today I thought I would try and get the right wrench. This turns out to be, it wasn't a 25 millimeter like I thought. I don't think I have a 26. I might, but I don't think so. This ends up being a 1 1/16 for this one and this one. This right here is a 19 millimeter, and over here, same thing. You'll need 1 1/16 for that. A 19. Might need a 5/8 or so to hold that steel right there. Can't remember. 5/8 or something. Same for that. Like it's 5/8 or something. I'll find out in a second. But I'm interested to see this. This thing had been converted to 134A. And I'm always interested to see when I go behind someone if they did it correctly. Meaning, did they take everything apart and do the new HNBR green O-rings, or did they just leave the old ones behind? And we'll know because they'll be black when we undo it. Okay, I think the first thing I want to do is I want to get this compressor out of here. So, oh, I was just telling you 5/8, but it's 19. So we're gonna hold that dude. Oh, my bad. My bad. Jumping ahead. 22. Woo! 19 on top. I've already loosened this thing, and the compressor. Oh boy. These things are normally really tight. I might need another cup of coffee. Oh, get on now. I am not happy with how that fits. I don't want to hurt the condenser because I want it. So the 19 part doesn't move, but this does. Let's make sure we're going lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. Here we go. Let's hold this one still and try to... Oh yeah, there we go. Man, that is a snug fit. I think there's enough paint on there. This 22 is a very close tolerance. All right. 22. And this boy right here. Okay. Cool. Look at that. The factory did that. It just doesn't seem right to do that with copper. I think it's braided copper, but still. It seems awfully crimped. I think I'll end up cutting zip ties and of course it's got to, I got to cut the zip ties. Yeah. Let's go ahead and cut all these little zip ties. All right, you know the routine. Just put the bolts back where they come from so you don't lose them. Ooh, hadn't been apart in years. All right, so this hadn't been off in a long time. Very long time. Oh, look at that. A black O-ring. Didn't do it properly. Probably worked pretty good, but could have been better. All right, let's see if I can get this thing out. There we go. Now, big tube and all. These parts are almost, can't get them new anymore. I think they're obsolete now. Unobtainium, unless you have a friend. or someone on our forum in the classifieds that's willing to work out a deal. Yep. Black O-ring, and it was just, you know, getting disintegrated and stuck in there. So I already took the bolts off of the condenser. We got this metal pipe to do, and then we'll take this hinge piece loose. Probably, I don't know if we got to do it all. I think I've done it before, just removing the top. But we'll see. I got a bucket inside, or actually it's a Tupperware, a big bin, and this is what I'm putting all the parts in. This one is small. I forget, 19. Let me go see what that is. Okay, I'm not saying it's the right one to use. It is a 5/8. I knew there was a 5/8 around here somewhere that I used before. 5/8 and a 19. All right, we ready to get that out of there, but we're gonna keep on going. Now, this dryer ain't no good. It's no good. But keep your nuts, because the new one, I don't believe it comes with any nuts. Oh, why'd I do that? I need that to be tight first. Got ahead of myself. It's just a gloomy day, and I'm not wanting to film, and I'm just wanting to get done. So I ain't thinking clearly. Keep grabbing the wrong wrench. Ooh, buddy. There we go. I will say this. These are very hard to come by. So anytime you run into one of these, keep it. Okay. Just unplug the wiring from the pressure sensor, low pressure sensor. All right. I'm going to put these nuts back on so I don't lose them. And we're just going to throw all this in the AC parts bin for this truck. I am not going to, at this time today, take out the evaporator. The wire, I'll unplug it from behind this firewall and just pull it through. It goes right here. Just getting rid of the mess. Getting it to where I can manage it. The wiring needs cleaned up, reloomed. Need a flat blade screwdriver because there are some plastic snap-ins, and don't want to lose them either. You want to be gentle and pop them out. You know, I could get that GoPro in here and you could see exactly what I'm doing, but I just don't like the GoPro. I really don't. I like my phone better. Just going to stick it in behind this clip and pry. Hopefully get it to come out without breaking. You know, if you want something to go right, don't record it. It'll go perfect. If you want it to fight you, press record. If you just want a challenge, press record. Ooh, that was loose. Did you see how loose that was? Barely did anything, and that is probably why it didn't have any refrigerant in it. No pressure. Because it leaked out. Hey, there's a green O-ring. Cool. He did one. Oh. 19 5/8. Not too tight either. Watch it be green. I just didn't torque it down right here and left the rest alone. It was stuck. Yeah, it's got a green one in there. All right, so we got to get those clips undone that I have forgotten how they work. Okay, I did manage to snap it loose. It's a 2-part clamp. Still salvageable. Alright, so we got the big hose. Now I can get to this little one. I do not like these clips, but they are good at what they do. Okay, I clipped them because I'm just not going to use them again. If I do, I'll order new ones or use zip ties while I'm in the cleaning, cutting mode. This O2 sensor, bye-bye, don't need that. The bracket either. Okay, so the condenser, let's see. I took the bolts out days ago. I'll bend that, so I better take it loose. I'm gonna have to get, yeah, let's see here. Extension, no. Don't want to bend it. All right. It's got a nice little sticker on it. I'm excited to see what that says. I kind of damaged it doing the motor pull, but it may be good. I'll clean it up, test it. I actually think I got some fin repair tools. I think I can fix the fins. Okay, looks about right, it was. Okay, that's out. I could remove these. They're actually in good shape too. Sometimes this rubber is broken and split. You can see it's got a little hexagonal look to it. You can put a wrench on it, box end wrench, and just get that. I don't forget what size it is. Let's see, everything's in. See if it's a 19. No, I got some wrench there. 22. Ooh. You may want to get some channel locks and be gentle, because it's just a jumping. No, see, there goes one. I'm getting too in depth. I just don't want to take all this off right now. Probably no point in it. So let me just leave them for now. Okay, so you know that wire we were talking about? I'm going to go inside the truck and push it, pull the carpet back, unplug it, push it through. Oh boy, I lost it. Lost it in the padding on the wall. Okay, here we go. There it went. Okay, moving on. Two nuts. You know, I almost put a tarp down so I could catch things. Woo! I see it. Man, I could go for a Red Bull right now. I'm dragging. Kind of had a rough day yesterday. If you didn't know, we have gone through what I would call the pollinating of 25 around here. I mean, it was yellow the other day. Made it hard to breathe. It did not feel good. So, junk. Junk. What can you get rid of on these trucks? Well, I need a screwdriver. I might just put that back in there for now. So, I might, you know, what can you get rid of? When you're doing a Weber, you can see, hopefully you can see, I don't have to move the camera, but you got this, a little bit of wires coming out of the loom to go to the wiper motor. You want to keep that. I have another video on YouTube on my channel where I had a parts truck and we went through, we kind of did it on Josh's truck too. I think there's a couple videos about this, but Josh had a truck and we didn't put a Weber, no, we didn't put a Weber on it, but we got rid of everything and ran the stock carburetor. It just makes it run a little rich because there's a lot of things on the carburetor, solenoids and stuff, that help try to give it the best miles per gallon and make it the most fuel efficient and EPA friendly as possible. So we did that, but that's not suggested. What is suggested is a Weber. And when you do that, you're basically making this thing a go-kart, a great go-kart. But you can, we took our, in one of my videos, took a razor blade, opened up the wire loom. Ooh, look at all that frayed mess. Just naked wires. A lot of these are like idle up altitude, high altitude solenoids, idle up solenoid things that work off of vacuum and such. So what we're gonna do is really get rid of this whole rail of mess. But like I said, I'm jumping ahead. See, the Red Bull helps me concentrate. But anyway, you can get rid of a lot of stuff. None of it is going to affect your lights or anything on this side of the truck. These lights and all, they tie into the loom and go that way. If you're unsure, you know, you can use a test light and get rid of stuff. But all I want to do right now is kind of just snip, cut, remove parts that I'm not going to use. Okay, so you know that I'm going to pressure wash in here, or spray and wash, depending on how my pressure washer works. But don't want to get any water in there, even though I'm going to take it out one day and examine it and probably flush it and all that. Need to, right? So I'm going to put a balloon, try to very carefully, over it. I should have done the bottom first. Woohoo. I mean, you know, just to keep the majority of the water out. Okay, I think I'm about ready to spray things down. I'm thinking, I don't know if any of you have used Simple Green. I'm going to give Simple Green a shot and see what it does first. Okay, so I got a lot of things to use. I could use Purple Power. I could use Mineral Spirits for the tough stuff, maybe. I got some Totally Awesome, Dawn, but I want to try Simple Green. Just going to spray it. I'm going to spray it down, and I'm going to go change the oil in my car and just let it soak. Let it soak. It's not a hot day. It's not sunny, so it should kind of, I'm going to do a soak and a soak, 2 soaks. I'm going to soak it down and walk away and come back and soak it down. Get my stuff together to rinse it. And you know, I may do it a couple times. See which is going to give me the most effortless cleanup. Really worried about cleaning up the power steering gunk. It's funky down here. I'm in here, so I want it to be clean. This stuff smells good, kind of like Jägermeister in a way. It really does. It really does. That's weird. I mean, I like Jägermeister. I gotta refrain from drinking any of this. Need to pull that battery tray out. There's some rust under here. I need to clean it up while the engine's out. Clean up under that battery tray. You know, she's like, how'd you get so good at that? A lot of exercise. A lot of exercise. It's got to get in there, soak in there. It's got an Excel coil, which I use those pretty good. I like it. It might actually work out. I don't want to have to do a whole lot of scrubbing, but hey, if I got to, at least I can get in there. Let's just let this, I'm going to spray the wiring harness and everything. Let's let this soak in and come back and do it again in a little bit. Let's change oil in that car. Okay, it turned out pretty good. I did not record the pressure washing because it was a lot of water everywhere. And I figured you guys have seen that before. So, just wanted to cut to the chase of, you saw what it looked like before. And now this is what it looks like after. It's pretty clean. I think the Simple Green worked pretty good. It's really clean, but you know, there's still, and the pressure washer is just so. There's still some, you know, I could get it up on some ramps and clean that tunnel. I may do that. I'm weird like that. I may do that. This is kind of, I think I could get that better with mineral spirits and a little Scotch Brite, make it look better. That's paint. Ooh, I lost my O-ring. No, I didn't. I put an O-ring on there to keep from losing that little Woodruff key because it was in there pretty good and I didn't want to take a chance on losing it, so I did that. I mean, it's all pretty clean. I think that's still a little, greasy. I may get in here with some mineral spirits and some brushes and clean up stuff a little better. I like how that looks right there, so I may tape that up and then spray paint the rest of this. But yeah, man, that's pretty clean, and I'm happy because when I'm putting everything back together, it's just better if it's clean. Sorry for all the weird camera angles. I'm trying. I think when I get this out of here, clean it and paint it, there'll be more to clean up. This stuff here is like rusty. It's not rust. It's some kind of brown stain, but it is coming off. But once I can get that out of there, I'll clean it up a little better. I don't want to get too crazy. Before you know it, it'd be a show truck or something. Hadn't even driven it 5 miles, but let's just drop back and punt a little bit. I just don't know about that exhaust yet. But so far, so good. I'm happy with things. I mean, look, I can see, like right now, I'm right here. I'm like, ooh, I ought to go ahead and do these upper control arms while I'm here, because it's easy to get to. Dang, I don't know. I am bad about peeling the layers back and keep going. I gotta quit that. Gotta stick with the priorities. Get it going. Get the brakes fixed. But anyway, I'm about to crank up the red truck, give it some exercise. And this engine here over my shoulder, this one, I need to get into rebuilding it soon. So, you know, hit that subscribe button if you want to get notified and stuff. Hit the bell, do the subscribe, hit the bell and all that mess so you can be notified when new videos come out, especially about this. I'm going to do like a in-depth backyard rebuild on this motor. So if you like what I'm doing here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, all the YouTube things, and come back and see me sometime.
Next time on Mazda Minitruckin'.